Hey everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I'm designing a layout for Hip Kit Club. I am using the May kits. I have all the kits, so the main kit, the embellishment kit, the pocket life kit and the colour kit too, and cardstock as well, although I don't think I use cardstock on this layout. Other than the white. So today's layout is for product focus. So I had to choose 2 products to focus on and use those on my layout. So my products that I'm focusing on today are the Stamp Market ink pads. So in the 3 colours, they're just such beautiful colours. I love them so much. And I'm also going to focus on using the tags from the cut apart sheet and from the ephemera pack too. So all the Stamp Market products. Okay, so I'm starting off my layout by making 3 separate areas of colour using those fabulous ink pads. The colours are just beautiful. I am in love with these colours. They're just so summery and happy and remind me of sunshine and happiness and ice creams, and it's just, yeah, wonderful colours. I just adore them. So this layout has also been inspired by a class that I took last weekend by Terhi Koskinen she taught at a retreat called GoGo Getaway, which I am part of, but obviously we couldn't get together in person because of the pandemic. So Terhi taught us remotely or virtually, and we had a wonderful time from the comfort of our own craft rooms. So it was a different way that we would normally operate, but it was very nice that we were able to still get together and do some scrapbooking together. And Terry's class that she taught was about colour, and it was about gathering colour, gathering 3 colours that complement each other, and gathering bits and pieces in those particular colours. So those colours that I chose to use are those 3 from the ink pads, and I'm just going through my kits and pulling out some bits and pieces in those same colours. So I'm now creating 3 piles of stuff. So a red pile, but I'm also going to include some pink in that as well, an orange pile and a yellow pile. I first of all looked to the cut apart sheet, and I cut apart all the bits and pieces in those colours that I thought that I could use in this layout, and then I went through the ephemera packs. So I have got my ephemera mixed together here. I've got my Vicky Boutin ephemera and my Stamp Market ephemera all mixed together. There's also Amy Tan ephemera as well, but that's not mixed, that's separate from this. So I'm just going through these piles, this big pack of ephemera pieces that I've got all mixed together here. It's in my journaling cards as well, and I'm going through and I'm just pulling out all of the bits and pieces that would work in those 3 colours. So like I said, the red section I'm planning to incorporate some pink as well, and the orange I'm trying to stick to orange, and the yellow I'm trying to stick to yellow. Obviously white is fair game, but I'm trying not to bring in too many other colours. So you can see that I've pulled out those Vicky Boutin sunglasses for my orange pile, but they have aqua lenses. So at this point it's on the pile, but I'm not sure I'm actually going to use it. And now I'm going through the Amy Tan ephemera, and I'm doing exactly the same thing, and I'm pulling out the bits that are in the right colours, and I will see if I can incorporate them. So I don't intend to necessarily use every last thing that I have in these piles, but it's good to have them there as a starting point so that I can start to layer, and then I can discard anything that doesn't work. Right, so you can see I'm pretty tag heavy. I've got lots and lots of tags. So from the cut apart sheet, the Stamp Market cut apart sheet, and also the Stamp Market ephemera pack as well, there were lots and lots of tags in there. So I've pulled out all of those that are in the right colours, and I've placed them in those piles. So I'm going to start with those because they are the biggest parts that I have, and I'm going to distress the edges of all of them, and I'm also going to tie twine through them. Now, bearing in mind that I normally use gold for any warm colours, and I use silver thread for any cool colours, I wasn't quite sure about whether I should use gold on the red. I don't know, I don't really know if red is a warm or a cool colour, to be honest. I know orange and yellow are certainly warm, red can be, but it can also be cool. like if you mix it with blues and purples and things. So I would normally put silver with red, but because I'm using gold on the yellow and the orange, I thought it would be better to bring it all the way through and keep it gold throughout. So yep, I went for gold thread through all of those tags. So I'm just literally winding them around. Some of my tags are from the cut apart sheet, so they don't have holes in them, so I just had to create holes using my crocodile, and then I can tie through. These two yellow ones I have stuck together so that the yellow from the cut apart tag shows through the word hello on the ephemera tag. So I thought that was quite fun, because I wanted that word hello to show, although I think I cover it up for a bit, but then I do change it again, and it does end up being on show, so that's nice. So yeah, I'm still just going through my tags and tying twine through them, getting them ready to be able to stick in place. And then comes the more interesting and fun part of actually arranging all of these bits and pieces onto my layout into a coherent way, so that they look like they belong together, even though I have these three separate areas. So yeah, I have distressed the edges of all of my tags and I'm ready to stick down. You can see that I've got some upside down and some up the right way, and then some are on top of each other. So yeah, it's these were really good bases for my three areas of colour. So yeah, I'm really happy with the tags and how well they worked for this type of layout. So just having a look at my title there, I'm hoping the photo I have is of us in a tiny paddling pool. Actually, it's quite big because there's four of them in there, including my husband, who's like submerged himself in the whole pool, which is pretty impressive considering he's a pretty big guy. So it is a reasonable size, but it's definitely not a proper swimming pool. It's a paddling pool. Because it's like a nice sunny day and we're in the pool, I'm trying to go for the words splish splash for my title. They are from the puffy, or yeah, I think they're puffy, phrase thickers that were in the kit this month. I'm planning, you can see where I'm planning to put that. Now it's bright pink and my red section is red, but I have brought in some pink as well, and then I figure that my title in pink will be okay, because red and pink are the same colour effectively, aren't they? They're just a different shade of each other. That's what I'm sticking with anyway. That's my theory and I'm sticking with it. You can see that I've got a journaling spot on the red section as well that says all in the details, and then there are some lines. So that I plan to have as my journaling area. Normally I wouldn't have attempted to journal on top of such a busy section. I would put it on the white space underneath the layout, but because I had this journaling spot that was perfect because it was red, I decided that I would go for it and I would write my journaling in there. So that's what I'm going to do a bit later on. And you can see that I have been building up my layers and working out what's going to go where. I have loosely tucked everything in, and now I get to this point where like nothing is stuck, and now I'm going to have to sort it all out and stick everything down. So I'm going to have to basically remove do I remove everything and start sticking, or how do I do it? So you can see that I did those two pieces. I just pulled those out, added tape and stuck them back in again. Then I removed the two tags which were already stuck together, turned it over, added tape and stuck it back again. So actually that was pretty straightforward to stick. I do quite often do it this way, that I pick up the very top layer of the layering, add some tape, stick it down, and then that then picks up the next couple of layers. Do you know what I mean? So quite often I do it like that. Other times I lift up corners and just add a bit of tape underneath until it's, you know, reasonably stuck in place. So I'm pretty much getting there now. So I'm just working through and getting everything stuck in place. And I'm also constantly on the lookout for other things that I can use. So I have sticker sheets. So I have this Dear Lizzie sticker sheet here and now, which is really bright, happy ice cream colours again, which are great for this layout. It's got a lot of the same colours in there. So I'm going through and I'm pulling out some other bits. My orange pile was pretty light. I didn't have a lot of stuff for the orange pile, so therefore I was happy that the Dear Lizzie stickers came to my rescue there. So just going through and getting all of those stuck in place and adding here and there where I want to. Okay, so you can see that I have got everything pretty much stuck down now. I have forgotten to distress the edges of this journaling spot, so I'm just going to sort that out now and get that stuck in place. But I'm pretty much kind of ready to go now, but I'm really quite unhappy with how my layout is looking, because the right side of the layout is much further down than the left side of the layout, and I really wanted them to be kind of level going across the page. I wanted them to be like a big block of colour, or 3 blocks of colour, similar sizes, rather than cascading down. So I need to extend out the red side a bit more. So I need to extend that down a little bit more. I'm attempting to do that with my title, but I really struggle with my title. You'll see me add it or move it around like 4 times or 3 times before I'm finally happy. And I think it was just too big. So it was just too large an area of that colour. I was trying to link the red and the orange sections together, but I really wasn't happy with how it was looking. So I moved it over to the left section, the red section, and I wasn't happy with that either. So I'm going to move it over a bit more and have them on the 2 words on top of each other and see if that works. But no, I don't like that either, because that's then too big, it's too far down, and I'm just not getting on with it at all. So I opted to go for 1 word instead of the 2 words and go for splash instead of splish, and then I'm extending my left side down a bit further with below my title with some tags. Now I know earlier I said I didn't want to have them uneven, but this for some reason looks right to me, whereas it didn't look right before. Because I had it up on the left and down on the right, and now I've kind of got it the other way around. I've now got it down on the left and up on the right, but it's now I feel that I'm happy with it, and I really don't know why, but it just pleases my eye a bit more for some reason. So I have made a bigger cluster on the bottom right corner of the journaling card with the big ice cream from the Vicky Boutin ephemera that says heck yes, and a bow, a gingham bow from the Amy Tan Picnic in the Park bows. But now the other problem I've discovered is that on the right hand side I have a lot more white space over by the right edge of the layout than I do on the left edge of the layout, because my journaling card is quite far over to the left. So I need to extend the yellow section quite a bit over to the right hand side to make it a bit more balanced. So I've just added a few stickers. So I found the Amy Tan thickers, Picnic in the Park icon thickers, and there was loads of great stuff on there. So I've used the glittery arrow, the little banner that says so fun, and then there was a yellow and black and white heart. That was ideal because that gave me a big element to go on the right hand side, and I still have the bow on the corner which reflects the bow on the left hand side as well. So it's coming together. I'm happy now, really happy with the shape and how it's looking. So I'm just now finishing off the last little bits and pieces. So I'm just adding some gold thread in to that cluster in the middle there. I've also added the word love in orange. That's on the bottom left corner of the photo with the sunglasses as well and a heart. I'm really nearly done. I just need to add some splatters. I wanted to add a bit more colour around the right hand side section, the yellow section, because I'd covered up a lot of my yellow ink So I've just added a tiny bit more with my brush and then added some splatters around those areas, and then I'm going to move on and do the orange splatters as well. I don't need to add any more colour with my brush, but I do want to add some splatters and extend them up and down, and the same with the red as well, although I want to be careful with the red because it's quite an intense colour. So I'm just going to have a tiny little bit, you can see there, and some add a small amount of water to it to make it splatterable, if that's a word. Okay, that is me pretty much done. I just have to write my journaling into my little journaling card, which reads, "Fun time in our new paddling pool. Perfect for cooling off during hot weather, but we can't stand freezing water, so we fill it up using the kitchen hot tap." We're such wussies, honestly. So yeah, I'm just writing that in with my grey journaling pen. I thought black would be a bit harsh on this layout, so I went for grey. And that is me done. So I hope you have enjoyed this layout. I have focused, say, on the ink pads and on the tags from the cut apart sheet and from the ephemera. I really enjoyed making this layout, totally inspired by Terhi Koskinen, and it was wonderful to make, so give it a go. Don't forget that if you are a subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price, you get 15% discount on all add-on kits, and you get access to exclusive cut files, so every reason in the world to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.